Hi, lovelies. I'm Arielle, and this is Maven Unmasked, and welcome to your Lightworker Evolution reading for May of 2017. I hope you all are going to have a beautiful month of May. I hope you had a lovely April and are looking forward to the rest of spring and on to the summer. So, for this month, I will be using the Lumina Tarot as well as the Connected and Free Alchemist Oracle. I love using them for these readings. I think they fit in perfectly with our theme of reflection and intention and seeing, how we're growing and developing spiritually, where we've come from, and getting clear on where we're going. So I'm very excited to do this reading with you all today. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. And please be sure, if you'd like to get a reading with me or to learn more about me, what I do, the type of services I offer, to check out my blog or other videos, be sure to check out my website at www.mavenunmasked.com. I would love to work with you and hold sacred space with you, my dear. So right now, I ask everyone to take a deep breath with me. We're going to breathe, we're going to center. So in through your nose and out through your mouth. There's one. And one more time, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Settle into your body. Focus on raising your energy and your vibration. Calling in your angels, your ancestors, your guides, your loved ones in spirit. Show us how we're evolving as light workers this month of May. So what were we working on last month? Where are we right now? What are we evolving towards this month? Okay, and I think I want to just get one good rifle shuffle. Okay, so what were we working on last month? Where are we right now? What are we evolving towards this month? What new spiritual discoveries will be made? Spiritual challenges, messages and advice from our angels and our guides, and what does our higher self need from us this month? Okay, very interesting. And the card that flew out when I first started shuffling was the Seven of Cups. I feel like this card has been haunting me a little bit in lots of readings that I've been doing on the channel. But it's like we're talking about dreams, we're talking about being unsure of which way to go because there's so many different options, being paralyzed in fear about those options and wanting to make sure you take the right path. We're talking about, your kundalini rising and awakening. We're talking about balancing your chakras. We're talking about taking detours. We're still going to get to the same destination, but we may be having to take several detours, and it may take a little longer to get to where we want. So it's like some tricky things, some trickster energy is kind of in play the month of May. But it's also the energy of changing and transforming. And I also think that knowing sometimes, I've said this before, that the dream can change and take a different shape and mold and morph into something more and bigger than it once was before. So to be open to that energy, to be open, to the detour and what you may learn along the detour that if you had just gone straight ahead, you may have missed altogether. So for what were we working on last month? We have the Death card. Okay. So for some of us, this may be, fear of death. Literal, in the literal sense, whether that be, fearing the death of a loved one. Maybe some of you have lost a loved one recently and are going through that grieving process. But also just general change, shedding of old skin, transformation, stepping into a new role, a new level of self, if that makes sense. But realizing the death of something, the end of something, and bringing something new into fruition was, really what we were working on, realizing the mortality and the life cycle of things, and knowing that it's not all bad, that it's not all scary and terrifying. It may be uncomfortable, it may push you a little bit, but in the end, you know, the transformation takes shape. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, being reborn in a sense, after coming through this big transition period. Because the death card is a big transformation, a big transition, whether it be transforming the way you think, transforming the people in your life, the way you do things, letting go of an old habit. Again, maybe literally someone has passed, or the ending of a relationship, ending of a marriage, things of, all things of that nature, letting go of a car, whatever it is. So that's what we were working on last month. Getting in tune with our, some of our shadow stuff, some old things coming back up to the surface for us to deal with. Again, some of our fears, our anxieties, our worries coming up to the surface so they can be fully dealt with and healed. So where are we right now? We have the Three of Cups, but the Three of Cups is reversed, my loves. Okay. So with all of this transformation and change, there's not much color here. And we want that color to come back into our lives. We want to feel revitalized and like we have our energy back and, fervent and all of those things. But it's like there's that stagnation, like there's some barrier that we're having trouble getting through. We're having trouble really letting loose, really relaxing, really de-stressing. And I think it's because we're still working through this. I don't think this is something that can be worked through in just a month. What we were working on last month, this big transformation and change, these big endings, these new shifts. It really feels like a shift in energy, a shift in the way of doing and thinking about things. So it's like we don't know how to let loose and have fun. It's been such a shock to the system, I think, for some of us. And try as we might, maybe we're going out with friends to try and relax. Maybe you're going out to the club or going out to the bar, or maybe you're just hanging out at Panera every weekend, or, whatever it is, always on the go, always doing something for your business or doing something for somebody else. And it's like, but none of that is fulfilling. It's like looking outside of yourself to find that de-stressor. And Spirit is saying that's not going to work. To be able to get to this, being able to be free and like truly enjoying your time with your friends, because it's like you're present but you're not fully present, like you're so close to like letting yourself out of your shell almost, but it's like that last little bit, is having trouble being moved through. And Spirit is saying to take a break, take a rest, get away from other people and just like cocoon yourself for a little while almost. I'm not saying isolate yourself from other people, that's not it, but it's about focusing on self-care and becoming, a better friend to yourself. Okay. The next card is, what are we evolving towards this month? And it's odd. It's the Two of Cups, but it's reversed. Okay. And to me, I almost want to say it feels like learning to be your own best friend, in the sense that sometimes we want things from people that they cannot provide to us. And we have to learn to give that to ourselves to be able to have that fulfillment. Like, again, like I said, don't look outside of yourself for fulfillment. Everything you need is within you. It also feels like some of the friendships we may have or people we know in our lives, their energy may be depleted. And maybe our job is to kind of help them refill some of that energy. Or maybe that person is depleting your energy. They're draining your cups, okay? Allowing your joy to spill out. What can you do to refill your own cup in this situation? Is it letting that person go? Maybe this could even be in a relationship you have with somebody. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friend or a family member. But it feels like there may be, I almost want to say miscommunication. of emotions and feelings between the two of you, and that maybe it is time for one to focus on themselves and you to focus on yourself. I'm not saying to not be friends or to split up or anything, but to be able to get to know yourself better and collect yourself so that you can come back together and have that mutual harmony. It also feels like we may be getting a lot of reflections back at us, our behaviors, our thoughts, our actions, our words, our deeds, being reflected back to us from another party, okay, from somebody else. We may see a lot of ourselves in them. So I think it's about recognizing patterns, recognizing emotional patterns in yourself and in others as well, seeing yourself in others very much so. Okay, what new spiritual discoveries will be made? It's so interesting. We have lots of reversals this month. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So, what spiritual discoveries will be made? Things may be moving a little slower than we would like. It feels like April had a lot going on and was very fast moving, very involved. And it's like May is coming in to say it's time to rest now. You know, even though the Knight of Pentacles isn't a very fast moving knight, it's not a very fast moving card. It's very contemplative. But it's almost like contemplating on the contemplation, you know, and what value are you getting from the contemplation? Because you can contemplate all day long, but are you, you know, what value are you getting from that? Are you asking yourself the right questions to find the right strategy? But it really feels like with all of this transformation and change going on that we had in April, it's like we're on hold in a lot of areas. It's like coming back to self and taking some time out for you to better yourself and to become stronger and so that you can relate and connect better with others. Because if you're so much in your own mind and your own stuff and what's going on, it's harder to connect with others and to be able to relate to them because your mind is constantly worried and focused on what you have going on instead of being present in the moment for somebody else. Very interesting, Spirit. Okay, so spiritual challenges. Seven of Wands. Okay. Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands to me is really about letting your guard down, okay? It's about, you know, protecting yourself and knowing when it's okay to let your guard down and when it's not. It's also about knowing how tough you are, okay? You've got like the beetle here, and his shell is hard, you know, tough as nails. You know, how tough are you? How strong are you? How much can you stand up for yourself and for your actions? You know, are your actions defendable? Are they, you know, in alignment with your ethics and your morals? Um, all of that kind of thing. But it really feels like standing up for yourself, stepping in your power, stepping into your heart center and your sense of self-confidence, and learning to trust that you're protected and safe. And again, learning who to let that guard down with. Who are you protected and safe with? Very intriguing. Intriguing. Also things maybe kind of still coming at us from all sides. But again, really putting your foot down, putting on your armor and bucking up and saying, you know, I got this, I can handle this. Staying cool and focused in the moment, even though all of the things are kind of crazy. So, messages and advice from our angels and our guides. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. And Ten of Pentacles. So, this could be money. I mean, it's a big money card. But, you know, it could talk about financial security. Like, don't worry that in this shift, this change, this transition, whatever it is, that you're financially set. You'll be taken care of. That you have all that you need. That Spirit will provide for you. But again, the bear to me is about protection, and that, you know, we'll look after you. We will protect you. We will defend you. We will stand by you, and you know, and just truly be there. But it feels like it's going to be hard work. Okay, it's gonna be hard work this month. I'm not sure exactly what Spirit has in store. It feels like, I don't know, it feels kind of vague. Like Spirit is like, I'm not gonna tell you. You just have to wait and see. Because, these three reversed cards in the middle, I'm not sure if this is a work situation, a friend situation, a relationship situation. Maybe it's a little bit of all of that for some of you. But again, know that you will be provided for and taken care of and protected. Spirit's got your back. Okay. But to just keep, staying focused and working hard. Your hard work will be safe. And then the last card is, what does your higher self need from you this month? And we have the Star reversed. And to me, this is saying don't lose hope. To, focus on healing yourself and not so much healing others at the moment. To be mindful of the way you think and not, thinking negatively. Because the star is, Aquarius. So, in its reverse position, Aquarius, we tend to overthink. I'm an Aquarius moon, so overthink, 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 overthink. And it's like Spirit is saying, no, just, continue to focus on the goal and the dream, but there are some other things with you personally that need to be worked out. It's like, yes, we know the goal is still there. We're still keeping that in mind, but there are some things closer to home that need to be worked on at the moment is what it feels like. Okay. Very interesting. Making sure that you're in alignment and in balance. So let's get a card from the Connected and Free Oracle to kind of tie this together. I feel like this is kind of odd. Thank you. Loudspeaker. Looking at the card on the bottom, it's loudspeaker. So apparently this is a very loud message Spirit wants you to hear loud and clear. You have fun, and you have strength. Okay. And you have two, opposing images. Fun is, light as a feather. Strength is tough and solid like a lion. So I think it's about balancing those two energies and knowing that you're not Superman or Superwoman or super being, whatever you identify with. You can't be all things to all people all the time. And sometimes to gain more strength is to have fun. You need to have fun. Maybe one of your strengths is having fun and the light and joy you bring to the party. And when you're so stressed out about other things, you don't bring that strength to the table because you're not rested and rejuvenated and ready, and carefree and light. I'm not saying we're like that all the time. Again, that is part of being human in the human experience. But I think Spirit is saying let loose, and have a little fun. Try. I know we were talking about that Three of Cups reversed, but it's like taking care of the self first and feeling strong in you, so that you can have the confidence to let loose and have fun a little bit. Really interesting. And I also, something is telling me to pull a card from the Kyle Gray Angel Prayers Oracle deck because I feel like this is not enough. I just feel just like, talk to me, Spirit. What is up? Thank you. Okay. And we have study and learning. Okay. Study and learning. It says, thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. Okay. So again, I think I was talking about learning about yourself. Is going to be of utmost importance. Maybe some of you are taking a class and it's like fun can wait, having the strength to put the fun on pause a little bit, to strengthen some of your skills, some of the things you want to focus on and work on. But very interesting. This has been your Lightworker Evolution reading for May of 2017. I'm Ariel, and this is Maven Unmasked. If you would like to get a reading with me, beautiful soul, I would love to hold sacred space with you. Please check out my website at www.mavenunmasked.com to learn more under the Book a Reading tab. Also, be sure to check out my Etsy shop if that is your preferred platform. But have a great month of May, lovelies. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.